cannot survive without them. You need your holiday home in the country. You cannot survive without it. You need your 2 holidays abroad. You cannot survive without it. You need your sushi. You need your TV. You need your iPhone. You need your Mac. You cannot survive without it. Repeated messages will be believed. Repeated messages will be believed. Repeated orders will be obeyed. Repeated orders will be obeyed. Do you understand? Just a joke, don't worry, madam. You don't have to call the police. It's called art. Phew, that was close. I reckon that was close to a call to the police. Hello? Is that the police? Yes, hi. I'm standing here in Liverpool Street and someone said to me, do you understand, in an aggressive way? Okay. Are you in danger? Well, not really. There's lots of people standing round. He didn't threaten me. He didn't threaten you? Okay. So why are you calling the police? Oh, I always call the police when I feel the slightest bit frightened. Do you really? I mean, are you scared of going to the dentist? Do you call the police up? Hello? Is that the police? There's this bloke. He's trying to put a drill in my mouth. I'm really frightened. And I find him very intimidating. Can you come round and sort him out? Where are you, sir? I'm at the dentist. Okay. See, that type of world we actually live in, that's what the sort of thing that happens when the police come to me and they say, have you been doing something that's been alarming, harassing and distressing this man here? Oh. Are you alarmed, harassed and distressed? Oh dear. I'll tell you what, it's good news because you can get lots of things to fix it. If you're ever feeling alarmed, harassed and distressed, you're not far away from something that's got sugar in, something that's got caffeine in, something that's got alcohol in, a drug, gambling. It's all on your high street. You don't even have to go very far. Look at that KFC over there. There's no need to call the police. There's lots of ways to fix yourself so that you don't have to feel any feelings. And why should you? Why should you have to feel any uncomfortable feelings, right? Why should you?
I've got a sore back.
You've got a sore back? Oh, can I give you a quick massage? Go on, go on. He's got a sore back. Why should he have to put up with that? Yes, I say no. Have some coffee, have some alcohol, ladies and gentlemen. If you've had a hard week, why shouldn't you have half a bottle of whiskey? Why not? Eh? Okay, your liver's about to, pack in and, you've got a wife and 3 kids and you're always shouting and screaming at them when you're drunk, perhaps hitting them on the odd occasion. But you know what? So what? You work damn hard in the city selling arms to make them money. You come here 7 o'clock in the morning in front of your computer. You don't leave your computer other than go to the pub for a couple of hours during the lunch hour. Okay, perhaps you get totally pissed out of your brains, go back to work and continue trying to run the country, especially if you're a politician. There's no problem, by the way, if you are an alcoholic, don't worry, you can still be a politician. There are plenty of bars inside and around Parliament. If you're an alcoholic, there's nothing to worry about. Plenty of alcohol, no problems. But don't worry, you're not an alcoholic, it's okay. It's completely natural to have half a bottle of whiskey 4 or 5 times a week. He's asking, where's the alcohol? Would you like some alcohol? Yes, how much would you like? You'd like a lot of alcohol? Okay. What do you think it's going to do for you?
It's
you think it's going to make you happy?
anti-alcohol process.
Okay, it always makes you happy?
No idea.
Okay, is there a voice inside of you that says, hold on, this is not what true happiness is really like, there's better than this?
I don't know what you want here, but I need a drink.
See, I do like the honesty. You've got to give it to them. Alcohol does provide something for people, and one of the things, what's that? He can't be a politician, why is that? He's honest. Mate, do not become a politician, you'll be in big trouble from the word go. Anyway, where was I? Yes, you may be wondering what I'm doing here, but believe me, if you are wondering what I'm doing here, my wife is wondering twice as hard what I'm doing here when I should be at home looking after my children. But don't worry, my children are actually in good care. They're in prison. Yes, my children are in prison. Now, obviously some of you are going to be a bit concerned. How come your children are in prison? And I'll tell you how old they are, 14, 12 and 5, which obviously is a bit worry, 5 is a bit young to go to prison. But actually, they are in prison, but don't worry, it's a day release prison. They call it school, I call it prison. Yeah, because basically what it is, isn't it? It's not really much different. And you get detention if you don't behave yourself, like you lot, you also get detention if you don't. Anyone here been in adult detention before? Anyone been arrested? No? No, come on. Have you never been arrested? You have? There you go. At least he admits it. What about you? Have you been arrested? You're not sure. A man who's not sure whether he's been arrested has obviously either been taking too many drugs or he's just lying. Clearly he has. What about you lot? Come on. Who's going to admit they've been arrested? How about the man in the suit and tie? Looks very, very civil, but you should know, statistically speaking, if I'm not mistaken, at least 1 in 3 men in this country have been arrested, haven't they, sir? I'm just kidding. You look strong. Yes, 1 in 3 men, and 1 in about 5 men have got a criminal record. So let's look around here. Which of you have got a criminal record, huh? Isn't it funny that they give you a criminal record, yeah? Whether you steal a Mars bar from a corporation like Tesco who are stealing from you left, right and centre, or whether you murder someone, you got a criminal record either way. What are they doing that for? I don't know. Because that's going to help people. That's going to say to people are going to say, well, once I've got a criminal record, it doesn't matter. Yeah? So which of you have got a criminal record? I'd like, you have? Oh, thanks for admitting it, guys. I'd like a bit of honesty. I hope the baby hasn't yet. It's only about 6 months old. Anyway, so here we are, and you're wondering what on earth I'm doing here, but you see the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, what is important is not for me to answer that question, but for you to start becoming aware of your own thoughts. And where did those thoughts come from? And are you really free? And whose thoughts are they? And what about the thoughts that conflict with each other? What about, do you have a thought tonight? Let's say you're a banker, you're working, or you're a barrister. You're a barrister, okay? Let's say there's a barrister here, which is unlikely because they're probably down the pub doing coke, right? But you're a barrister, and you've been in court all week, and you get there in the evening with your barrister mates, and you think, you know what? Let's have a couple of lines of coke. That's what your voice says. And then this voice that got buried a long time ago says, it's very, very, very quiet, if at all. It says, hold on a minute, you're going to court and you are putting people in prison for taking coke or selling coke, and then I'm going to have some coke. And I'm getting addicted to this coke stuff. Yeah, I want it, give me some coke, give me some coke. And the other voice says, no, I'm getting addicted, right? And you start to realise you're starting to do strange things, yeah? And you've got these 2 voices. Well, the good news is, if this is you, Mr. Barrister or Miss Barrister, don't worry. The good news is you're not alone. The bad news is you are bonkers. You are bonkers, but you're just no more bonkers than this man here who's eating his prawn sandwich without knowing what's really in it. Yeah? You're no more bonkers than this man here with the long hair who probably thinks he's a little bit subversive, therefore he's free from being bonkers, but he's not. No, he's not. Nobody is. Nobody's I've ever met is free of being bonkers. And if you're not bonkers, you have to ask yourself, how is it possible for you not to be bonkers when you've been bombarded with Evening Standard News, Sky News, women who are models who look so thin, they look they're about to die and keel over from anorexia, yeah? Women, you've been bombarded with those messages. How can you not be bonkers? You've been bombarded with sexuality in music videos from the time you were 10 years old. 10 years old. You've been bombarded with those messages. How could you not be bonkers? You've been bombarded with advertisements telling you to take alcohol. You've been bombarded with subliminal messaging telling you that smoking is cool. Smoking is cool. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how cool it is to pay £7.20. It certainly is cool for somebody. Now don't get me wrong, smoking is cool for somebody, just not you. You're going to spend £7.20 on a drug whose only benefit is making you want more of it. Wow. And you're telling me you're not bonkers. But the good news is, don't worry. We're all in this together, with the exception exception of this man here who's completely and utterly sane, because he's dressed very nicely. He must be completely and utterly sane, and I'm sure that he won't have these types of problems. But tonight, some of you, having had your dinner, may walk past the KFC, and there's a voice in your head saying, go on, have the chicken, have the fried chicken, go on, it's only £3.99, and you get free chips with it. And their other voice says, hold on a minute, what am I doing? This stuff is absolutely awful for me. They get the cheapest chickens, they inject them with God knows what, they fry them in batter, they get these potatoes, they probably put monosodium glutamate in them, I don't know. What am I doing? If you're lucky enough even to be able to hear that voice. And the other voice said, nah, don't be such a wimp. Abstinence is for wimps. Nah, abstinence is for monks. I don't have to do it. I can have whatever I want. I can have 3 Big Macs. Watch me. And you tuck your way into 3 Big Macs, 3 portion chips, 2 Coca-Colas, and a couple of wings just to throw it in. And then how do you feel? Huh? Then how do you feel? What's that? Great. So the lady says she feels great. Really? Are you being 100% honest? Because I've never met anybody who feels great after having 3 burgers, 4 portions of chips, wings, and fried chicken. Yeah? I've never met anybody who feels really, truly, deeply great inside. Maybe you're the first one? Well, you're very lucky, but if you carry on like that, you could be in serious trouble. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, what I need to know now is what is the time. I want you to think about it very carefully before you answer me. It's a question, you've got to engage your brains. I'm asking you a question which may on the surface of it seem simple. What is the time?
Time to change, I suspect that's what you're aiming at.
Time to change, I suspect that's what you're aiming at. I'm aiming at you. So if you say it, then that's good enough for me. Time to change. Indeed it is. Is it not time for you to grow up finally? Yes, you sir, with the white hair. Do you think it's too late to grow up even at your age? Not you sir with the white hair, the other guy with the white hair. Why did you look back? Assuming it was you. It was good. Oh, he said you're an effing arsehole, that's why. See what I mean? How old is he being there, ladies and gentlemen? Let's know. Now, how old is he being there? How old is he being? He's gone now, it's okay, don't worry. How old was he being, please? Have a guess. How old was he being? Come on. If you're going to film me, you're going for 10, 5, anybody else?
That's being rather generous.
Be quiet and friend. No, it's an ambulance. Sorry, if it's the police, someone. Yes, I think, what's your name, first name?
Paul.
Paul, if we just have your date of birth, your name and address, just for the census, it's okay. It's completely safe. We're giving it to Lockheed Martin, fantastic company.
Why don't you just put it in Google or Facebook? They'll follow me everywhere. They might as well put a chip in my head.
You hear what he said? He said, why don't you just follow me on Google or Facebook? They might as well put a chip in my head. How do you know they already haven't?
Well, I haven't been bleeding on the pillow. I have no new scars.
Oh, we make them very small now, the chips. We make them very small. Anyway, so according to this man, was it Paul, did you say?
Yes.
According to Paul, he's being a little bit on the generous side, saying 5. He's being 3, you see. He hasn't grown up yet. And it's alright. It's okay, guys. I haven't grown up either. I'm 40 bloody 5. It's alright. It's never too late to grow up. It's never too late, and it hurts, man. It hurts when you start realising you can't have what you want when you want it. It hurts, doesn't it, when you realise you can't have what you want when you want it, officer? Am I right? You're going to agree with me. I'm on the megaphone. You've got to say yes.
I did hear him say always, by the way. But
Oh, he said always.
yes, but quietly and under his...
He said it quietly, yes. It does hurt. Because you want that Coca-Cola, and you want that boyfriend, and you want that girlfriend, and you want that sushi. Is it sushi you're into, madam? Yeah, and you want that promotion, and you want that money, and you want that car, and you want that job, and you want that food, and you want that alcohol, and you want that cocaine, you want that marijuana, you want, in your case, sir, man here, in your case, you want that heroin. I didn't mean the drug, I meant the heroin, like from doesn't get what he wants now? Can anybody show me what you think he might do? Anybody prepared to have it? Come on. No, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. Come on. Come on, somebody. Get up and show me what you think my 5-year-old son does when he doesn't get what he wants. So what do you do when you don't get what you want? What do you do? Smile politely but feel very angry inside? What do you do when you don't get what you want, son? Or you get what you don't want, like a bloke asking you an annoying question on a megaphone. What do you get when you don't get what you want? What do you do? I'm asking. I know it's a bit personal, but we may never meet again. Why bother asking about where you live when I may never meet you again? What about you, madam? What happens when you don't get what you want? What do you like? What do you like? So when my 5-year-old son doesn't get what he wants, he has a tantrum. Which is exactly what we all do. We just do it in a different way. In the House of Parliament, they do it during question time. Yeah? And in the workplace, you do it by taking it out on your employees, taking it out on your fellows. And at home, you take it out on your mum, your dad, your children. But it's okay, it's never too late to grow up, ladies. Actually, you're what, you don't want to grow up? How old are you?
20.
You're 20. Okay, just to let you know, I just apologise for being so incredibly attractive. I know you're probably thinking I would do anything to go home and sleep with this man tonight, but I'm married. I'm married and I'm afraid it's not going to happen. I'm really sorry. I knew you'd be upset. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm probably going to have to go home shortly, but before I do, I'd like to hear a few more answers to the question, what is the time? We already had this one from Paul saying it's time to change, but I do need to know what the time is. What is the time? 5 to 3 from the man with the Evening Standard, hoping that I will go away fairly shortly, because I told him before I wouldn't be long, I have an appointment to get to, which is very true. That's why he told me what the time is, and he didn't say time is an illusion. Which he knows, of course, is true, because I'd let you know, by the way, I shouldn't really reveal this, but actually, this is just this man's hobby, yeah? His real job is he's a Zen Buddhist monk, and he trains people in meditation and Zen Buddhism. Always good to see him back on the streets. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably time for me to go.
Do you mean time is an illusion from the point of view of calendar, or do you mean the duration of an event?
Well, that's a good question. Just before I go, I have had a good question. And as I am addicted to this particular process, and find it difficult to find a 12-step meeting of Megaphoners Anonymous, I would, however, recommend for all you other addicts to find your way to a 12-step program as soon as you can if you want to grow up. But like those ladies there said, many of you do not want to grow up, and that's fine. You will grow up when you grow up, you know. But until then, you'll be little kiddies, and you'll have babies, and you'll still be little kiddies. And you'll get married, and you'll still be little kiddies, tantruming. Yep. And you'll have jobs, and you'll still be little kiddies. And that's all right, you know. That's what I did for 45 years, and I'm still here. The question was, when I said time is an illusion, did I mean time as in the calendar is an illusion, or did I mean the passage of time? Is that what you're asking? Yeah. Now, don't forget, I'm just a bloke with a megaphone with a high-vis jacket on. Now, you've been brainwashed to ask me questions like that. Now, why would I know the answer to that question any better than you? I suspect you probably know an answer to the question, and I'd like to ask you back. What do you think?
Duration is something we observe. The calendar is a construct.
Okay, so according to Paul, duration is something that we observe, but the calendar is a construct. Thank you very much. That's very, very useful. Yes, it is. It's a construct, which means, ladies and gentlemen, just to translate what that means, it's all made up fairy tales. It's like Alice in Wonderland, which was written by a man who was clearly on the same kind of hallucinogenics that this man is on. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's like Peter Pan. Time is like Peter Pan. It's like Mary Poppins. It's like the Tooth Fairies. It exists as much as they do. That's what it is. Calendar time exists as much as they do. And the man with the Evening Standard has clearly, by the way, as I said, he's my Zen Buddhist monk, and he's asking me to go It's not good for me, because I'm getting addicted. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You've all been fantastic. Don't forget, you are okay as you are. This goes out to almost everybody. Almost all of you are okay as they are, with the exception of this man here, the suit tie, who does need to change just a little bit. You know what to do.